I saw a man come down the shaft. If he makes it into the city and starts attacking people, he'll break the dwarves' law.
降参するなら今のうちだぞ。
うるせえ。
I hear you're handy in a fight. Glad you're on our side, love.
あなたのことを話してほしい。
My story? Oh, not much to tell, love. I just work the land, make sure we've got enough food for everyone. Can't afford to run out here, you know? It's hard work. Probably harder than being Jarl, but I don't mind it. Keeps me active as I'm getting on a bit. And I sleep soundly every night.
市長の仕事は楽だと思うのか？
No, love. I don't think he works hard at all. And I'd say the same to his face if I ever saw him. But he's always hiding up there in his citadel, doing... You know what? I'm not even sure what he does. I know he doesn't keep order. We've got the dwarf's law for that. But live and let live, I say. Long as I have a roof over my head and food on my table, and good neighbors like Gulvar, I can't complain.
ここからの出口を知らないか？
Oh, come on, love. It's not that bad, is it? You've only just arrived. Why not give the place a chance before you go looking for a way out?
ああ、そうだな。気にしないでくれ。
That's more like it. I'll be seeing you around, love.
ちょっとドーリーっていう人物に会ってみようか。と思ったけどいないね。いたわ。なんでいなかったんだ今。
Oh, hello. I wasn't following you.
あなたのことを話してほしい。
My what? My story? Oh, do you want to hear about me? I'm sorry, but my memory is not very good. I only remember some things. I came here with my brother Harbal. He used to look after me, and he said he always would. But then he died. Now nobody looks after me. I'm not very good at remembering things. Sometimes I forget, so I need help. That's why I need some help finding Harbal's treasure.
何を探しているんだ？
Well, my brother told me before he died that he had left me something very precious in a secret chest. He hid it away just for me. I've asked the others for help, but they don't help me. The Jarl even wrote me this letter, but I'm not very good with words. Here, do you think you can read it for me? Tell me what it says.
絶対ろくなこと書かれてないよ。中略しましょう。宝など存在しないので、このような行いはすぐにやめるべき。
Well, what does it say?
手紙を読ませてもらったが、
You did? Oh, thank you. What does it say?
首長によれば遺産など存在しない。そしてお前はそれを諦めないといけないそうだ。
What? No, that can't be right. My brother, he told me he left me a fortune. He wouldn't lie to me. Why would he lie to me? You'll help me, won't you? You'll help me find it, please.
お前の言うことを信じよう。遺産探しを手伝ってやる。
Thank you. All I know is that it's hiding somewhere in the city. And you leave this rusty key. My brother gave it to me to unlock it.
兄さんはお前にどこに宝箱を隠したか告げていったか？
I can't. Sorry, I don't remember things so good. But he said it was hidden under the ground and that I have to hold my breath. That's all I remember.
ここからの出口を知らないか？
A way out? Oh, no, I can't leave. I need to find Haribo's treasure first. Oh, all right.
ここも地下なのにそこから地下。息を止めないといけない場所。例えばこういう建物の中。さっき話してた人だよな。なんで死んでんの？
Hello, neighbor. I understand we have you to thank for dispensing with some would-be looters. So, thank you.
あなたのことを話してほしい。
My story? What a strange question. You presuppose that my life is a simple linear sequence of events which can be summed up in a verbal narrative? Well, that's nonsense, of course. First, most of it was so long ago I barely remember. Second, you would have to assume that the account I give you is biased heavily in my favor, and is therefore quite unreliable. And finally, my story is really much less interesting than this mysterious place. Now, do you have any sensible questions, or can I get back to work?
ただ、ここでの仕事と出身について聞きたかっただけだ。
Well, why didn't you say so? I researched Dwarven history and technology, and I'm originally from Kragenmoor in Morrowind. Any other questions?
なんてリズメなダークエルフなんだ。ここからの出口を知らないか？
Now that's an interesting question. I personally don't know any way out, no. However, I have a theory. It's more of a hypothesis, really. My thinking is that if there was a way out of here, the dwarves who built this place must have known about it.
だが、ドゥーマーはずっと前にいなくなったんじゃないのか？
True, but we can learn all sorts of things about them from what they left behind. Inscriptions, architecture, relics, statues. And while I've discovered many things here, there are some parts of the city I haven't been able to get to. I'm most interested in the palace, above the lake. Unfortunately, it's sealed up tight. Only one man ever managed to enter, and he never came out. That was Narnabas, and we haven't heard from him in years. Strange fellow. I believe he was looking for the secrets of the dwarves too. If you could find a way in there, I'm sure it would tell us a great deal about this place. Who knows what secrets we could uncover.
打ち捨てられた宮殿に入る方法。タイムトラベルについて何か知ってるか？
Time travel? You know, as it happens, I do. It was a great obsession of mine for years after my wife passed. I thought if I could go back, I gave up on that idea a long time ago. But recently the Jarl has asked to see my research notes. How strange that you should now take an interest too. Can I ask what the nature of your interest is in this unusual subject?
未来からここにやってきた。戻る方法を探している。
I don't quite know what to say to that. How can I put this charitably? Perhaps you're tired and emotional and need some rest. But I always enjoy discussing my theories with a receptive mind, so I'll humor you. What did you want to ask?
過去に旅立った場合、どうやれば現在に戻れるんだ？
For argument's sake, if you found yourself in that position, you'd have only two options. To live out your days in the past, or force a paradox.
パラドックス。
Paradox, you see, would involve changing the past so as to prevent the events which caused you to travel back in time in the first place. But you'd be taking a big risk by doing that. Who knows what the consequences would be? Some say that whatever you do, it will lead you right back to the future that took you back in time in the first place. An eternal loop, if you will. But me, I believe that creating a paradox should fling you back to your original time, having changed the past for you and everyone else.
パラドックスを自分が作り出すにはどうすればいい？
Well, let's say for argument's sake that you really have traveled here from the future. You could create a paradox in a few different ways. Essentially, you could do anything that would remove your means or motivation to return to the past. For example, you came here to achieve some goal. Achieving that goal would mean you will never have been motivated to come here. A paradox. Or, if the thing that allowed you to travel back in time is still here, as a past version of itself, you could simply destroy it, I suppose. That would mean, of course, that you will never have been able to travel back in time. Another paradox. But doing so could have terrible consequences. But if you really are from the future, as unlikely as that is, telling me or anybody else what happens next could have disastrous consequences too. I think it's best if we talk about something else.
ここでの掟について教えてくれないか？
Well, the dwarves who built this city left inscriptions in the citadel, which translate to, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." My research leads me to believe that if a single member of our community sins, it'll trigger an event, killing us all. I believe such an event occurred some years ago, which is why Metelis found the city littered with burned corpses. But to this day, there are many questions we simply don't have answers for. How is the dwarves' law still being enforced? How does it work? And we may never know. As long as nobody attacks or steals from anybody else. Until we know more, we all need to be on our best behavior.
あの頭上の輝く球体は一体？
That is the sun under the ground. Or at least that's how it's referred to in the dwarven text we've managed to translate. I must confess, I haven't the faintest idea of how it works. But it seems to be giving us light and allowing us to grow crops, even under the ground. Of course, if it ever stops glowing, for whatever reason, we'll all be in quite a lot of trouble. But don't concern yourself with such dark thoughts. I'm sure we have nothing to worry about.
傷のないドワーフ防具の一部を見つけた。
Ah, yes. Most dwarven armor you see these days is quite badly worn. But this piece is still perfect, after thousands of years. It also seems to have some magical properties. It should protect you from the harmful energy down in the tunnels below the city. It all but killed Brandis when he went down there. But he didn't have a full set. If you can get down there safely, let me know what you discover. Very well. Come back if you think of any questions about something you discover.
とりあえずアップルパイうめえじゃないんだ。もしパラドックスを起こせれば現代に戻れる。パラドックスの起こし方はいろいろあるけれど、 ここに来た理由さえなくなれば元には戻れるんだよな。危ね。ん？これなんだ？ああ、仕切りか。マーラの像があるだけでなんで死んだのかわからんな。本当に事故死？映し捨てられた宮殿ってのもここか。ここだね、確かに。ぐるっと回れる。なんかあるな。棺乗れそうではあるな。ああ、宝箱。ちゃうねん、ちゃうねん。つるはしがある。まあ別にいいか。ワインじゃないよ。あった。意外とあっさり見つかったけど、なんで丸焦げなんだ？
The Bandit Slayer. Good to see you.
あなたのことを話してほしい。
My story. Well, my name is Degland, and I'm a merchant, yeah? But people say to me, Degland, they say, Degland, why are you a merchant? They find it surprising because I'm such an honest and trustworthy person. And sometimes you hear about your merchants who are, you know, dishonest. Well, I say to those people, I'm not like them. My father used to say to me, Degland, you can't be like the others. You be a good boy, and I was, my friend. I was not only just a good boy, I was the best boy. The best boy now, and the best merchant, with the best prices for you.
ここからの出口を知らないか？
My friend, you're in luck. I actually do, but let's keep it down, eh? Don't want anyone else to hear, do we? But I'll be honest with you, my friend. I'm looking after you. There's a bit of a catch. See, it's only gonna work for one person yet. I've been keeping it to myself, you know, thinking maybe I'll need it myself one day. But I'm a reasonable guy, yeah. I reckon I could be, what's the word, persuaded? Persuaded to give it away for, say, 1,000 gold coins?
売り物の説明にしては言葉足らずすぎるぞ。
My friend, I can tell you it involves magic. Very special and very rare magic. But I shouldn't say any more than that. I need to eat, you know.
わかった。これが代金だ。
Oh, good choice, my friend. You won't regret it. Oh, and if you do, no refunds. Not that it'll matter, because you'll be out of here in no time. And here it is. It's called an elixir of acrobatics. I got it from an alchemist in Morrowind years ago, and I've kept it with me just in case. And now it's all yours. Once you drink it, you'll be able to jump like a skeever on skooma. You should be able to leap up to the shaft at the entrance. Now go, my friend. Get out of here and be free.
なんか意図した脱出手段が手に入ってしまった。軽技の霊薬、軽技の霊薬。これだ。古典。何がだ。
Still here, I see. Did you drink your elixir yet?
あなたの霊薬は効き目がなかった。
I'm not surprised. It was just potato moonshine and a glob of spit for good measure. But don't be too hard on yourself. You're not the first sucker to fall for that old trick, and you won't be the last.
代金を返してほしいんだが。
I already told you, no refunds. It's my gold now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Gotta remember the dwarf's law, eh?
お前みたいなクズ野郎がこれまでドゥーマーの掟を破ったことがないだと？
Poof. Looks like the dwarfs weren't too concerned about, what's the word? Enterprises like mine when they wrote their law. Tough luck, eh? Until next time.
こいつが犯人にするにしてはちょっと弱すぎるんだよな。おや。指輪をなくした。
Hello there.
指輪の探し物の件についてだが。
Ah, you saw my notice then. What about it?
手助けしたい。どこから始めようか。
Thank you. The ring belonged to my son, Limar. He wore it everywhere. He told me it was a gift from a strange wood elf he met in the forest once. It was the only thing I had to remind me of
but a while ago, I dropped it down the stairs in my shop, and it rolled under a door at the bottom. The trouble is, I've never been able to unlock the door, or work out what's down there. But I'm sure it's possible, because I hear noises down there. So I'll bet that somebody, somewhere in the city, knows a way down there. And who knows what else you'll find once you get in.
ふむ。
Yes? Have you found it?
ああ、ごめん。まだ探してる途中。
Oh. All right. All right. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, I hear you dealt with those looters swiftly. Great work.
あなたのことを話してほしい。
Me? I'm Vernon, your friendly grocer and all-around nice guy. You want fresh food? You're in the right place. You want... Wait, did you hear that?
何が？どうした？
Oh, no. Someone just slid another letter under my door. Could you... do me a favor and grab that before anyone else sees it.
ほんま？ああ、これか。
Well, what did it say?
この差出人はこんな脅しの書きつけをなぜ書いてよこすんだ？
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. It's not as if I'm a vampire or a necromancer or anything. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
あんたは男が好きなのか？ほーん。
Hey, nothing gets by you, does it? Sorry, that was mean of me. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in Windhelm like I did, you expect a bit of hostility. I saw enough friends attacked and driven away by angry Nords to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for... what was it? 20 years? Living in the barracks with a dozen other guardsmen, watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. And that's when I came clean. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground on the opposite corner of Skyrim, my openness didn't go well among the Nords of Windhelm. But at least down here, I get to be who I am. Or, at least, I thought that was the case. Perhaps I was wrong.
誰がこの書きつけを書いたのか心当たりはあるか？
No, I don't. I keep my personal affairs to myself, and I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. It wouldn't usually bother me. I have a thick skin, and I can handle myself in a fight better than most. But if these threats keep getting worse, eventually my secret admirer is going to get violent and break the dwarves' laws.
この件を調べさせてくれ。
What? Really? I didn't expect that, but thanks. It's always a relief to meet someone who's so open-minded. I'm glad you're here.
I'd start by working out who uses red ink or blood on their letters.
Come back and let me know what you find.